Friends, in chapter number 12 electricity, let's take some more information about Ohm's law. In last session we already studied Ohm's law with the activity. Now we study Ohm's law. We write Ohm's law and find out the SI unit of it. The current flowing through a conductor such as a metallic wire is directly proportional to the potential difference across its ends, provided its temperature and other physical condition remains the same. Here the most important thing is current flowing through a conductor such as metallic wire is directly proportional to the potential difference. If the current will be take is capital I and the potential difference is capital V, I is directly proportional to V. We also write in this way, V is directly proportional to I. Potential difference is directly proportional to electric current. If we put equal sign, we use constant for the it. So we put equal sign. V is equal to I into R. Here R is the constant. So when we make a subject R is equal to V upon I. So R is a resistance for the electric current, and the value of R is SI unit of R is ohm, or you called it omega. If we take the SI unit of resistance, if the potential difference is 1 volt, SI unit of resistance here we write the difference, the SI unit of V is volt and the SI unit of I is ampere. So the 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt per 1 ampere. We write in this way. So we take the definition of resistance. If the potential difference is 1 volt and the pass current across metallic wire is 1 ampere, the resistance capital R of the conductor is 1 ohm. So we write in this way, 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt upon 1 ampere. According to I proportional to V and none other sense, V proportional to I. According to I proportional V, electric current of a conductor is depending on two factors. First is potential difference across the ends of a conductor, because I is directly proportional to V. What will be understood here? Electric current of a conductor is dependent on two factors. The first is dependent on potential difference, because I is directly proportional to V, so it depends on the potential difference across the ends of a conductor. Then we already know I is proportional to V, but I is equal to, when we write V is equal to IR, but we make the subject I, we write in this way. I is equal to V upon R. So, one thing is notice here that when R is half, the I is double. When in the circuit, in the conductor, R is half, the I is double. So the resistance of a conductor is, I is dependent on the resistance of a conductor. So electric current in the conductor is dependent on two factors, potential difference and resistance. The first question is, write the Ohm's law and give the definition of resistance and find SI unit of resistance. Here we write 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt per 1 ampere. SI unit is omega is equal to 1 volt per 1 ampere. The second question is, electric current of a conductor depending on which factors? Ohm's law, in question Ohm's law can be arises in two ways. If the question arises in like this, to study Ohm's law you have to give the information for practically. You have to give the circuit which we'll already study in last session. You have to give the circuit, then draw the table, give the points, draw the table and plot a graph between I versus V. If the question arises in this way, and give the conclusion to practically. If the question arises in second way, write the Ohm's law and give the SI unit of, give the definition for resistance and SI unit of resistance. Find the resistance with Ohm's law. You write in this way. To study Ohm's law, 3 marks. To give the Ohm's law and give the information for resistance will be asked in 2 marks. According to question you have to write the answer, otherwise you will be lose the marks. Electric current depends on two factors, potential difference and resistance. Let's take another question. Electric current depends on the conductor, will be used in conductor used for resistance. We take one activity, we take a metallic wire and ammeter will be connected in series. We have the 2 points X and Y. We keep gap between X and Y, the battery and the clock key. What will we do? First we put nichrome wire between gap of X and Y and find what will be happen. Observe what will be happen. Then we put what will be happen with the observation with the value of ammeter. notice with the emitter. Then we put 10-watt bulb between gap and observe it. Then we put torch bulb between gap and observe it. We get the conclusion for that if low resistance can be occur in the conductor, it will be called a good conductor. We find the relation between resistance in conductor. What is the role in electric current? What is the role of resistance in electric current? If the resistance will be low in the electric current, it will be called a good conductor. If the resistance will be appreciable, it will be resistor. And if the resistance will be high in the electric current, it will be called poor conductor. And if the resistance will be very high, it will be called an insulator. Low resistance, good conductor. Appreciable resistance, resistor. Higher resistance, poor conductor. Very high resistance, and insulator. Let's see the difference between conductor and insulator. We already know about the conductor. Conductor is responsible for the electric current from their free electrons. Conductors have free electrons to give the electric current. Conductors have low resistance to allow it give the electric current because of free electrons in there. Free electrons are present in their body to allow it electric current. Conductors have low resistance. If low resistance, good conductor. Examples are for the good conductors: copper, aluminium, etc. are the good conductors because they have the resistance power is low. So we have to use copper wire for the pass out electric current. But in insulator, what will happen? But in insulator, the resistance power is very high. They have no free electrons, so they cannot conduct electricity. Electric current will not be passed through it. We take the example for it: wood, rubber, etc. So here we show the difference between conductors and insulator. We do the one activity to find the resistance depended on conductor with the help of electric current. Electric current is depends on two factors: potential difference and resistance. And Ohm's law, find the Ohm's law and give definition of resistance and SI unit of resistance. Let's solve the examples related to Ohm's law. First we take examples which were already solved in the textbooks. Examples, solve examples, illustrated examples. Example number 3. Here I can write in short way. You have to write in full information, and after full information, right, you calculate the example. Otherwise you cannot be remember them in long term memory. In bulb, how much current will be passed? The source will be given 220 volt and the resistance will given 1200 ohm. So first we take, when we solve the examples, first put the values which will be given. Here the potential difference will be given 220 volt. Resistance capital R will be given 1200 ohm, and we will find electric current. So we apply Ohm's law. We know I is equal to V upon R. So here we have V 220 and R is equal to 1200. We cancel 110 and make dividation 22 upon 12. It will be 0.18. So here we find I is equal to 0.18 ampere. Write your answer always in box. Then in B, the information is given in same potential difference 220 volt, but the resistance is different 100 ohm, and we find in heater coil. So we put V is equal to 220 volt. The resistance is given is 100, and in same example we find the electric current. How much electric current will be passed? So in same way we put I is equal to V upon R. V 220 and I is equal to 100. Okay, 10 is cancelled. So here simple calculation 2.2 ampere. So here we have to I is equal to 2.2 ampere. In heater, current will be passed in heater coil 2.2 ampere, and in bulb 0.80 ampere. Let's do another question. Exercise number 4. In electric heater, the potential difference will be 16 volt, draws electric current 4 ampere. But when the potential difference will be changed 120 volt, what will be the current is, how much current is given? First we take, according to our information, we take We give the values for them. First, V is equal to 60 volt and electric current is equal to 4 ampere. So when we apply Ohm's law, I is equal to V upon R. Here current also given and difference also given. So we find resistance. R is equal to I upon V. Here the current also given and what difference also given. So in this calculation we have to find electric heater draws 60 volt and the current will be passed is 4 ampere. When we find the resistance, resistance is equal to I upon V. Here we find resistance is equal to V upon I. V is equal to IR, so the resistance is equal to V upon I. So V is 60, I is 4, 15 4s are 16, so here is equal to 15. So we take resistance 15 ohm, or you called it omega. With the help of resistance we find the current, but here the potential difference will be changed 120 volt. V is equal to 120 volt. We already find the resistance 50 ohm and then the current will be find out. When we find the current, we put I is equal to V upon R. So V is equal to 120, R is equal to 15. So here the 8 will be there. In electric heater, the 8 ampere current will be passed. Let's go through textual exercise example number 8 related to Ohm's law. Here the information is given is if the potential difference of one battery to ends is 12 volt, the current is passing through it 2.5 milliampere. The unknown resistance will not know. So we find it. V is equal to 12 volt. I is equal to 2.5 milliampere. According to SI unit of ampere, we take ampere, don't milliampere. So first we converted milliampere into ampere. In first session we already studied about the smaller units of ampere. 1 milliampere is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 ampere and 1 microampere is equal to 10 raised to minus 6 ampere. So here we convert a milliampere into ampere. 2.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 ampere. Put the values and we find the R. V is equal to IR. So we make the subject R, V upon I. 12 upon 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. 12 into, here the minus sign is given in division, we put it upper side, it is plus 2.5. When we calculate it, 4800 ohm will be given. R is 4800 ohm. When we converted into smaller units, resistance in smaller units, we converted, if we want to convert it into kilo ohm, R is equal to 4800 is multiplied with minus 3. So 4800 upon 1000. 20 will be cancelled. 4.8 R is equal to kilo ohm. We find small values of ohm, so we convert ohm into kilo ohm. First, here one thing is notices that in exam you don't have to put a mistake to convert ampere into milliampere into ampere. Don't take directly this is 2.5, otherwise answer will be wrong. 2 examples related to solve examples which already illustrate in the textbook, example number 3 and 4, and textual exercise example number 8.